itself. But let's talk about what's really happening with the Brigade Group. We have with us Pradyumna Krishnakumar joining in on the show right now, the ED at Brigade Group. Mr. Krishnakumar, great to have you today on ET Now. Thanks so much for taking out time and speaking with us today. I want to first talk about your new JDA in Chennai. You said that the revenue potential of the residential project alone is about 2,000 odd crore rupees. But when do you think you'll be able to deliver this project, and when is it that we can start the revenue recognition for this particular project to trickle in?
Good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. So yes, so we have signed a JD yesterday for a property in Chennai. It's about 6 to 7 kilometers from the city center, so it's a very well located development, and we plan, as we already published yesterday and disclosed in the news, is that it's a 2,000 crore project is what we estimated currently to be, and from a timeline perspective, it should take us about 4 to 5 years from now to complete the project. As far as revenue recognition itself goes, the way Ind AS recognizes revenue for real estate is upon project completion and transfer of the property to the end customer. So therefore, we will see the revenue recognition for this project come at the very end, so about 4.5 to 5 years from now.
Could you walk us through the entire real estate landscape in Bangalore, especially in the light of what is happening to the IT industry? Because the broader understanding is that IT and startup are the two sectors which have fueled the real estate demand in Bangalore. Unfortunately, the sector is going through a slowdown. Are you feeling the heat of it?
So we aren't feeling the heat of it. I must tell you that sometimes the way the news comes out also kind of skews things, right? I have some friends who are complaining to me right now that their pay rise was about 15% last year, which is very common in other businesses. But considering what has happened through COVID, and folks getting 120% jumps in pay, maybe that's why they feel that way. But on the ground, as far as demand goes, no, we aren't feeling it. In fact, the more we launch at this juncture, the more that is actually getting absorbed. And we're also, this is one of those few periods where sales momentum is going hand in hand with price increases, higher realizations that we are witnessing. For example, last quarter we sold about 1.7 million square feet, and we realized almost 9,000 rupees based on this product launch, of course, but it's also in the kind of micro market that we have launched in. And this is, where the underwriting earlier would have been for about 7,000 rupees, we've been able to launch at 8,500. So on the ground, I don't think, we are feeling any stress in demand, whether in Bangalore, whether in Chennai or in Hyderabad.
Now that inflation has come under control, cement prices, steel prices, other raw material costs are not going higher. What does that mean for you?
So it is a good sign. In the past we've seen very high increases in the price of our raw materials, but we have seen a high increase in the labor costs as we go. But we are naturally managing, the cost pressures that one faces in our industry. What we have done is we've ensured that, we manage our sales cycle in such a manner that these cost pressures are taken care of.
I wanted to also understand the updates with respect to the MOUs, because in the con call you said that there was one with the Tamil Nadu government to invest close to 3,400 crores in state projects over the next few years. Give us a better idea of the nature of these projects, the other MOU with the CDM at Chennai, etc., and what kind of potential, or when do you see that trickling into your top line?
So we have signed totally for 4 projects, and for some new developments, the MOU with the Tamil Nadu government under the Global Investors Meet. So one such project is already, is on fast track as far as approvals go, and we hope to launch it. It's part of our launch calendar of 11 million square feet that we plan in the residential cycle over the next 1 year. So that's already being fast tracked, and we hope to launch the project by end of Q1. FY25, and the other 2 projects which are also signed, it is again on fast track, and we hope to launch that in end of Q3 or so.
Good to know. And you've also achieved the highest ever quarterly realizations and sales performance in Q3. What are you guiding when it comes to the pre-sales for Q4 and for FY25?
So typically we don't get into guidance. We don't talk about it. But having said that, Q4 has been strong like Q3. So we naturally will outgrow what we did last year. As far as our projects go, the good news is we have 11 million square feet that we plan to launch in the next 4 quarters in just the residential side of the business, and we expect a realization of about 10,000 crores coming from these projects. So that's what we plan to do currently.
Minus Bangalore, see, the market image is that Brigade is a Bangalore concentrated company, but that's not true to some extent. You were really expanding. Would you be looking at moving out of some of your comfort markets, let's say going to NCR, coming to Mumbai? Would you be expanding like, let's say, one of your peer Prestige has done?
So, no, like you rightly said, yes, we are Bangalore headquartered, but we have large operations in Chennai and now in Hyderabad. These are the three cities that we would like to focus on, consolidate our positions over there. We believe there is a lot of depth in these three markets, a very strong markets, strong metro cities. Currently, at least at this juncture, we aren't contemplating either Bombay or NCR, or for that matter, any other market that we are currently in.
To take a price hike with your projects, would you be selling the same project incrementally higher as demand comes?
Yes, sir. So I think that's what we're doing right now. It's being dynamically priced. We keep looking at demand literally on a daily, weekly basis to sort of price our products. As I mentioned earlier, I think we need to be careful about costs. While we are selling very fast, we need to be very mindful of the cost pressures that are there. So therefore, the pricing is something that plays a key part, and it's something that we focus on, like I mentioned, on a very, very minute detail perspective.
Okay, great to have you then on a show, Mr. Krishnakumar. Thanks so much for taking the time out.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's just revisit what the market is up to. And we already flagged off that it's turning out to be a day of consolidation. Sub that 22K mark, that's where the Nifty